What is up, guys?
Gosh, why don't you tell me like 3, 2, 1 or something?
I thought we're both looking like you're shocked at the process every week, even though we've had the same process every week.
Okay, you see the timer on your screen. I see comments. So I'm reading comments because I care what the viewers think, and I want to say, hey, what's up? Okay. And then all of a sudden, I'm startled, right? I'm like reading, and then all of a sudden, hey, what's up, guys? So I was reading the comment that the guy said, this guy looks like the prosecutor in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, which is kind of funny because I looked over at the picture that was there of you, and I was like, actually, you kind of do look like him.
That guy does not have a body like this.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's not
get out of control here.
Can't handle it.
What is up, everybody? Yes, Jay, we could probably use some marriage counseling.
I'll make a marriage counselor cry with all of our problems.
Well, you think we have a lot of problems?
Okay, never mind. Move on.
Okay, this could end up bad really fast.
This could end up rough.
So we're going to skip forward.
What's up, Orlando? What's up, Jay, Sandy,
we got
Katura.
Ryan Johnson says, I finally got to catch a live stream. So that's super awesome. We're happy to have everybody in, but I know a lot of you are watching the closing statements. I know that it just wrapped up. So my question is, because I've been watching a lot of it too, but how long do you think the jurors are going to deliberate on this? Like, what do you think? Because is this going to be a fast one, or is this going to be days, or what are your thoughts? 24 hours? What do you think?
So I definitely did not watch this trial
no, you didn't.
at all.
Yeah.
Definitely not like with Michael Drake and some of these other cases. Like I watched every second of it.
Yeah, I watched probably 75% of it. I watched a lot of it.
So what's the vibe that you get from the jury then?
You don't get a vibe from the jury.
No, you do. Like I could watch the Michael Drake trial and I could understand this is what they're seeing, this is what they're believing.
Yeah, and the prosecutor did a really good job, I think.
Oh, you think that?
Well,
because he's getting a lot of flack on social media.
In the Michael Drake trial.
Okay.
Yeah, not in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
Okay.
The prosecutor has totally screwed this up. So, he's done a terrible job. And the judge definitely does not like the prosecutor. Like he is calling him out.
Because the prosecutor's done a lot of...
He doesn't like him. He's really calling him out on stuff. And he's calling him out really fast. And then he's saying like, don't play me.
Right.
You're a professional. You've been a prosecutor for 20 plus years. We've done cases before. You're not an idiot. And I know what you're doing.
Right.
So he's really calling him out. And, even though the jurors don't get to hear the judge, kind of yell at him, which actually I say kind of, but no, the judge just flat out yelled at him. I've showed you a couple of clips. So even though the jurors haven't seen that, they see that he's talking. It gets interrupted. The
judge says, get the jury out.
Get the jury out. So they're not stupid. So they can also see that, hey, this guy continues to cross the line. This guy continues to try and throw in these facts that are supposed to be, withheld from the case because they're not applicable at that time. And he's really just trying to kind of, throw in things that'll affect.
So S. Kane is saying.
Jury in? What?
Is that true? Did that just happen?
No, they can't. It just stopped.
It might be. Tiffany, they could deliberate for 10 seconds, 1 minute. It could be 7 hours.
Not that I don't believe you, Kay. I know that they threw out the weapons charges. I know they threw that out and off the thing. But Kevin, welcome. He says first time on a live. Well, a live show, I'm assuming that you mean. No. Okay. So no, the jury's not in. Because I legit just watched, I know I was a little bit behind because I've been following on Ben Shapiro's page. But, so welcome, Kevin. We're excited to have you here. So the jury the prosecutor did a really bad job by trying to slip in those facts.
Just being manipulative.
Yes. And they're not facts. They're, like character assassination things.
Right.
Things that he knew would kind of, work to his advantage. So... yeah, the jury starts to deliberate tomorrow. Okay, I didn't think they were gonna even deliberate tonight because it would probably just be a waste of time.
Yeah.
So anyway, And the defense, I think, did a fairly good job. They made kind of some hiccups, I would say.
Sure, but that's always going to happen.
But I also I realize that the judge and the jurors are obviously a big deal. Mm-hmm. And from what I've heard, a lot of the jurors are, kind of conservative, Second Amendment, not activists, but believers in the Second Amendment. And that's really going to help you, obviously, than a panel full of jurors that are against citizens having guns.
Right.
And don't understand the value of people being able to carry and protect themselves. If you had a juror stocked with those, I don't think...
You're done, man.
Yeah, it would be hard to argue anything. So anyway, prosecutor needs to be disbarred. Yeah, and he's even done some shady stuff that if they were to investigate and really push, I think that he could probably be in very deep trouble.
Really? So some people are saying that on here. Like what? What did this prosecutor do that is such a violation that he could lose his job?
They've even coaxed, like they showed a clip where they were talking to a witness and they were like, are you sure you don't want to change your statement? And they were like, no, I don't want to change my statement. And then they're like, but this happened like on, the video or whatever. So it looks like it happened this way. So are you sure you don't want to change your statement? And he's like, no, I don't want to change my statement. And they kept saying that to him. So, which is tampering with evidence or whatever it is, coercing somebody to change their statement. So there's been some things like that. Oh, the prosecutor, but did you guys hear the defense attorney when he opened for the closing statement? He said AR-14.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, dude.
He was doing homework by watching Joe Biden.
I was like, did you just say that? And I was thinking he was going to go somewhere with it. Like, these people don't know what they're talking about. They called it an AR-15 or 14 or whatever. But no, he just kept going. Yeah. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah, that was a big mess up.
You should know that.
So some people are saying in here that the prosecutor pulled out the AR-15 and pointed it at the jury.
Oh, no, I didn't see that
Breaking some gun safety rules, just doing some dumb stuff. That's kind of sketchy, but that stuff happens a lot.
The Fifth Amendment violation, and that just happened even today in the closing statements. He got yelled at for some stuff. So anyway, just some crazy stuff. When he pointed the firearm at the jury, I didn't see that, but no wine. No, I decided against the wine. I have a cup there just in case I need it for backup, but I'm just going to stick to water. So we were on vacation for whatever it takes. Yeah, AR-14.
Yeah. So hold on. Before we even move on to the vacation, Tiffany. So there was comments you were mentioning to me when we were driving back that they were talking about an AR-15 can travel through a police cruiser.
Well, he said, do you think it's okay that he's using this weapon, an AR-15, because he kept going back to the fact that he wasn't using hollow points and he was using full metal jacket, saying you purposely used full metal jacket to go through multiple people because you know that a defense round or a hollow point is going to, he said, explode inside the body. And the defense is like, no, it doesn't explode. It's made to open up. But in fact, it's made to open up and slow down, right?
Right.
So he said, you purposely used a round that could even go through a squad car. And that's when I asked you, I was like, can an AR-15, hollow point or full metal jacket? I knew that it could penetrate the metal, but I didn't know if it actually go through door to door,
Yeah, but the thing is, it's such a manipulative thing to say.
Right.
Because you could fire 10 rounds at a car. Some of them will go through, some of them won't. It depends on what you hit. If you're hitting a bracket, it's not going to go through.
Right.
If you're hitting just a sheet metal, then it's going to go through both sides, right? Yeah. So like I said, a 9mm will go through both sides of a vehicle if you get it in the right spot.
Where there's no other metal brackets or braces or anything inside the vehicle.
That it's hitting or ricocheting off
because it's just thin
little sheet metal.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, he kept trying to go back to that fact, to try and make it out to be kind of like you weren't, he said, everybody knows, whether you're just handling a firearm or you're at the range, everybody knows that you're responsible, which I will agree. You are responsible for what is in front of and beyond your target.
And a responsible person would always want to have hollow points or soft tip if you're shooting a rifle round, Or at the same time, make sure that what's behind your object that you're shooting is something solid the bullet's going to stop in.
Right.
Right?
So they were just trying to show like carelessness and negligence and that he didn't care at all about that. So anyway.
So what's important about listening to all of that? Like we've all heard, he's obviously not a gun person. But you also have to remember the prosecutor is not necessarily speaking to a gun person. So it's okay for that prosecutor to lie, to manipulate, because they're speaking to a non-gun person, right? Mm-hmm. So they're going to say and use very scary things like it's going to go through a police cruiser. Somebody corrected you and said, I guess it was a Bearcat, which is like the armored, SWAT team vehicles. They're going to use very descriptive words like the bullet's going to explode inside of the person, right? This is the same stuff that they're going to do to us if, let's say I'm involved in a self-defense shooting. I used Hornady Critical Duty, which is a plus P round. So imagine that prosecutor's going to get up there and say, he purposely bought ammunition that's 10 times more pressure than standard because he wanted the bullet to explode inside of the bad guy to make sure that he died. They're going to say that stuff. They're going to say things like he has an optic on his gun so that he could kill the bad guy better. No matter what, and this is what people say, if I'm ever involved in a self-defense shooting, what's the trial going to be like? Is it going to be bad? What's going to happen? It's going to be the worst day of your life. They're going to do anything and everything possible to try to discredit you and destroy you, which is why we got to make sure we're not saying dumb stuff on social media,
right?
Posting random weird comments because they're going to use it against you.
Yeah, which he did do. He did some of that too. Can you put that on for me? So anyway, I had something really good to say, and I was waiting for you to stop talking so that I didn't get in trouble for interrupting, because Ryan likes to tell me I interrupt a lot.
Tiffany, just talk.
So I was trying, and this is why I interrupt, because I lose my train of thought, and it was such a good thing. It was like a awesome nugget of wisdom coming from the brain of Tiffany. And now I lost it. Okay, what about the vacation? See, they want to know about the vacation.
I know they do. It was just step by step.
Wow, thank you, no thanks. Tiffany's looking decent for a change.
My God, you're obviously not married, bro. You say that shit to your wife and you're going to get choked out in your sleep.
Wow.
Okay, so this weekend we drove down to the Everglades. We went to Captain Jack's airboat.
Captain Jack's, and we did we saw there was a, Facebook goes in and out with your live show. Crap. So we just, LOL, just jokes, he says. So we went to Captain Jack's and we did the stay and play package. So you get to stay, and we stayed in the Ivy House, like a little motel, right? And then the next day, so this is the big thing though. We got to go with my dad and my brother who came down from Canada, and they're here for 4 weeks, and they kind of slipped down here for a vacation. So we went to the Everglades and we did the stay and play. So we stayed at the hotel. The next day we did the airboat ride in the mangroves. What did you think of that?
It was awesome. So, if you guys haven't done it before, it's a pretty narrow, corridor.
You have no idea.
He is going fast. In fact, hold on.
The mangroves are only a foot, probably a foot on each side of the boat.
So I realized as we were driving that not everybody in our airboat was having as much fun as Tiffany and I. So you can see Jax. He smiled when I turned the camera on, but he was
slow down,
terrified.
Slow down.
And he's like, Dad, tell the guy to slow down. Please slow down. Look at his face.
Slow down.
He's like, oh my gosh, make this end.
Slow down.
Oh my gosh.
So they can hear us through the mic. And I just kept on oh, look at him, his face. He's like, oh. So I just kept on going, you're okay, buddy. You're okay, buddy. The whole time, but because, I feel bad. But the tunnels, right? The mangroves grow over like this. And they're only a foot on each side of the boat. And then we're talking a mile, 2 miles long, where you're just in a straight tunnel of just mangrove.
But not just that. He would swerve.
Well, then we would have to swerve and go a different way. But it was a maze of mangroves, super cool. And on that ride, we saw, was it just one gator?
One gator, yeah.
Okay, just one gator, a 7-foot gator. So cool, right? You want to see at least one thing. Lots of cranes and stuff. But then right after that, we did the grassland airboat was included. So we went down the street and we did a grassland one. So instead of all of the mangroves, it was wide open like grasslands. And because the airboats kind of don't need really any water, there were sections that we were going over
where it was like almost dirt.
It was pretty much land, right?
Yeah.
Just a layer of water on it. So in that driver, he liked to do
like big spins.
Yeah, so he'd just go cruising, and then right when you're about to hit the grasslands, he would just crank it, right? Then
so the first time he did it, we're driving, and like we're hauling ass, right? And I'm thinking, bro, there's no tunnel over there. I'm not sure what you're planning to do.
I knew what he was going to do.
There's nowhere for us to go. So Jax would like, as he felt the guy doing it, Jax would like lay down in the seat like this.
And his face
and totally
was just,
sprawl out.
Yeah, totally priceless. But on that ride, we probably saw like, 8, 10 gators?
Oh, we saw a lot, yeah.
And we saw like gator nest, and we saw the great blue herring, right? Like we see the cranes here. What are they called? Like the sandhill, the big ones?
Pterodactyls is what I call them.
I know. But the great blue herring, so they said that they're the biggest killer of the baby alligators, and they, eat the most baby alligators. So we're watching that. That was pretty cool. It kept hanging around this gator nest. And so apparently the mom only had like 3 baby gators left. And that
out of 70 or something?
Yeah, like a lot. I guess they have a ton of hatchlings, but barely any survive. So anyway, that was cool.
Yeah.
After that, what did we do? The monster truck? No, we went
the buggy, swamp buggy.
So before that, we actually did like this little mini exotic Joe.
Yeah, so it was like they had tigers and they had like a crocodile alligator show or whatever. I was like fully expecting walking into this place to see somebody like Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
What was that? The Tiger King?
Yeah, the Tiger King.
I was expecting to see that, man.
So it was really cool because we got to see, yes, Mary, I did hold a gator. So herring, not herring, whatever. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. We got to hold a baby alligator. And I watched 15 people hold this alligator. And everyone is like, oh, it's so soft.
Yeah, and when they say that, I'm like...
it's so soft. And I kept thinking like, okay, it's so soft. We get it. What do I do when I hold it after 15 people do it? Oh, this is so soft.
Because you're just not expecting it. You're expecting an alligator to be gross like a snake or something like
no,
scaly.
You're expecting it to be like scaly and kind of hard and like, because it looks like it's really, but it was so soft. It felt like a grandma's skin. You know how it's like.
A grandma's skin? Like you talking about where you could see the eczema lifting off? Is that what you're talking about?
No, their skin is like see-through. You can see like their blue veins, like an old person. But their skin is their skin is super soft though.
Okay.
Like legit soft. So anyway, that's what it felt like. It was really cool. No, Katora, you could. Because it was just like this big and he doesn't even move.
It doesn't move.
He just lays there.
Yeah.
And it makes a good picture. I have a great picture.
Oh, no.
I should have.
It's on here.
Did you get it?
Look, it'll pop up here.
Okay. So after that, then we did like the 4x4 swamp buggy ride, with the big, huge tires. And I thought they were going to do like some crazy, like 4x4ing. So I wasn't really excited because I am a chicken shit. Like the whole time that
There it is right there.
Okay, yeah, there's me holding the gator. So the whole time that I'm on any ride that's like at all dangerous, the whole time I'm not lying. I'm just like, please, Jesus, just get me home safe. Just please get me home safe. And I just put a smile on. And I'm like, please get me home safe. Oh, yeah, this is good. I don't know. I'm really scared of stuff.
Yeah.
But I do it because I don't want to miss out. I also have like FOMO, right? I have major fear of missing out.
Is that an STD?
No.
Because you did not disclose that to me.
Fear of missing out. So anyway, it was a fantastic trip. And on that buggy, we went through just a little bit of water through the grasslands. We went through the bush. And we got to see like wild orchids. And there was a raccoon there. And there was some deer.
Are we like impressed that we saw a raccoon? We saw some wild deer.
Listen, though, it's something cool about seeing a raccoon just in the wild compared to like roadkill on the road.
You want to know what I want to see? Is a raccoon walking up to a pool of calm water, washing its acorn to prepare to eat it.
I know what you're going to say.
And then an alligator jumping out and eating it.
I would probably cry. That's so sad.
Me and Lincoln would be like, yes!
So we saw this little raccoon. It was so cute. And then we saw some deer and a big gator. But this is interesting because Ryan has been wanting to go python hunting like Forever.
And I've been texting this dude down south who like does guided python hunts, and it's $1,000. He brings you out on an airboat. You get to actually shoot it. 2 people. That includes the hotel room.
Oh, it includes the hotel. Okay.
Probably not food, but the hotel, the airboat, and 2 people for 1 day. So I said, like, what are the chances of us finding a python and shooting it? And he said it's like 50-50. So I'm like, all right, I like those odds. Like, I think that's pretty good.
Oh, I hope you feel better, Michelle. Thank you very much, Sandy.
Thanks, Sandy.
We appreciate you. Okay, so then we ask all these guides, right? We're on the tour boat or the airboat.
First airboat.
Then we're on the second airboat. Then we're on the swamp buggy, which goes through all the grasslands.
And all of these dudes have lived there since they were little children.
And they've done it over and over again, and they have their own boats and go out on their own time, and every single one of them said,
I have never once seen a python.
Yeah.
He's like, I've heard of people. They're obviously here, but we've never seen them. And the guy's like, I'm out here multiple times a week from like midnight till 4 in the morning hunting frogs. Yeah. He's like, you just don't see them, man.
Yeah. So that makes me think like.
That's an amazing business.
I don't think your chances, he said 50-50 that you're going to, I think it's a lot less
Probably
than that.
1%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
10%.
If you don't see them regularly, either they hide really well or they're up in there was one snake there. What did he say it was? A cottonmouth or something like that. That there's a hollow tree and he lives in that tree, and every now and then he'll see them crawl out. So maybe there's hollowed out trees they live in. I don't know. But anyway. So, do we have any questions tonight? Are we done with our vacation?
No, we got one more thing that is like the greatest. The second place we went to is called Westgate River Ranch.
Yes. So, this is one of our faves. If you haven't been, it's in Polk County.
This is the only awesome thing in Polk County that exists. But this is a video that I took of Paisley feeding a squirrel. These squirrels are super, super friendly. So they'll like hang on your hand and just eat it.
Because they're at the petting zoo. So they get, you get the quarters and you get the food. So they live in the petting zoo and they get fed all the time, right?
Like, isn't that awesome?
Did you put the picture or the one of you with the squirrel hanging?
No, because I didn't get a video of that. It happened too fast. But I was feeding the peanut and the squirrel came up and like tried to bite it, but I was holding it really tight. I didn't want to let it to go.
So he just jumped in. It was hanging from Ryan's hand.
So yeah, with all 4 hands, he was pushing against my hand and finally ripped it out and then took off running.
Yeah. So that place has a free petting zoo. So if you're have littler kids, like even Paisley's 12 and she loves it. So you just drive there. There's no entry fee. You drive an hour and a half to get there in Polk County, and then you can drive in there and go to the petting zoo totally for free. Walk around, just get a little bit of food with your quarter, and then there's a little gift shop that you can stop by and maybe grab a Starbucks coffee or whatever, and just walk around there. And it's a nice. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to find stuff to go for free with kids.
Pretty much free. Like the one mandatory, I think, is you got to get a golf cart. It's $75 for the day.
Yeah.
But it'll be the most fun $75 you ever get.
Because they have just the main part where the hotels and stuff for the tour, kind of the tourist people. But then it's a 1,700 acre RV park, and you're allowed to drive through all the RVs and stuff. And I'll tell you what, like Ryan loves to drive the stinking golf cart, but the kids just love it too, right? So they're just hanging out. So we went with my sister, my brother, and my dad. Did you show that nice picture I sent you of all of us? And so they got a golf cart, we got a golf cart, and we cruised. The other thing they have is just fishing poles. They're not rod and reel, which is kind of good for the little ones. It's just literally
just a pole and string and a hook.
Fiberglass pole, string and a hook. And then you just go in the bait shop, grab a thing of bait for whatever, $3, and they have free fishing stocked pond. So we did that today for about almost 2 hours. Mm-hmm. And I caught a gar, G-A-R, like this ugly thing.
Apparently it's like really skinny and long, kind of like
that
me.
Long. Yeah, it kind of looked like Ryan. But the kids kept, what was it called?
Bluegill. Like
bluegill?
Small, they saw the pictures on there.
They're like little fishes, and we probably caught altogether like 15 of those little bluegills. So super fun for kids, right? And you would think, so my brother owns a cabin up at Lake of the Woods in Canada, and they go out ice fishing, and he caught like
he's catching 200 and 300 pound
sturgeons, like crazy stuff, right? But to see him pull up this little fish this big, and he still had a smile on his face because it's cool to catch anything. It doesn't matter how big it is. So it was pretty funny. Anyway, cane pole, almost like a bamboo, but they're just fiberglass poles with just some string on it. So the good thing about that, why I say that's good, is we went fishing with our rods and the kids, and it's getting caught, it's getting knotted, the reel's not working, and you spend most of your time just worrying about that. So
fixing the line.
I was actually able to just drop my line in and sit there, which I'll tell you what, that is Tiff's favorite thing to do, and I haven't done that in how long? Well, you took me fishing when we were dating.
With a guide. Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, and I used to fish all the time in Canada. So. Yeah. Alligator gar. Yes. That's it, Jay. An alligator gar. Mm-hmm. And the other one was a bluegill. So. It's hilarious that you guys don't know all that wildlife is. Oh, yeah. We didn't know what any of this was. The guy walking by is like telling us. Because I said, I think I caught a jackfish. Which those are only in Canada. They're not here. Yeah,
why would you think I'm a freaking fishologist? Like
I don't know.
Studying fish names? I don't know,
just looked like that. Oh,
I'll tell you what.
Patrick! Boom! I love you too. He said he loves me some Tiff.
Okay.
Ryan's not impressed. Okay. Okay, let's do a question so we don't fall behind.
All right, so David, can I give my 19-year-old son a handgun for Christmas? We both live in Florida, but he lives on his own. Yep. So as long as he's allowed to own a gun, then you're allowed to give him a handgun for Christmas.
Oh my gosh. Do they have to do anything different? I'm just asking for the viewers.
No.
Like they just buy.
Just look at your ID. Make sure you both live in Florida and you're both not prohibited people.
Yeah.
Boom, done.
Okay. So Marcel just popped in. He said, I may be wet, naked, and late, but I made it.
That's all that counts, buddy. That's all that counts.
I haven't seen Ting Ting on here yet. I think you might have scared her away there, Marcel.
You're getting a little aggressive, Marcel.
No,
you're getting a little aggressive. Crossing into stalker territory.
Walleye or fish from up north? Yes. My brother catches lots of walleye. Those are good eating. But I don't know. Okay, bluegill, stomp knockers, all sunfish. Yeah, they're cute little guys. Now, do those little fish, do they get bigger, or is that just the size they are?
I don't know.
Because they were all like this big. Do those fish get any bigger, like 12 inches or whatever? Let me know, because I'm quite interested. I haven't seen Ting Ting yet. My future ex-wife isn't on yet. Oh gosh! Don't start off like that. Let me tell you, that is not a good pickup line.
But didn't she say she stabbed her ex-husband before, or no? Am I remembering that wrong?
It was probably with good reason.
A joke or something.
I think she said she lost a few body parts from her gun too. I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna say, tread lightly, Marcel.
Yeah. Hi, Adam. Nice to see you in. Okay, we used to call them sunfish, pumpkin seeds. LOL. No, not too big. Okay, so they don't grow any big. 8 inches max. Okay. Well, that's about my favorite size.
Next question. James says, do I have to use a bill of sale for a private firearm sale in the state of Florida? The answer is no. What's shocking is I'm usually the one that make inappropriate comments, but today it's Tiffany. Hope you're proud of yourself. Probably an 8-year-old kid watching right now like, Mom, so what does she mean?
So this is why, okay? This is the whole thing. Okay, wait. Somebody asked trust paperwork, so we're going to get to that in just a minute. Okay. Oh, it's Will. This is the thing. So we left on Saturday, and then, all day Saturday in the sun, in the cold air, and all day Sunday and Monday, and we just got back. So it was a lot of driving. It was like 4 hours down south, right? So it was a lot of driving. We just got in today at 3, and I unpacked the whole car, and Ryan needs to eat, and Ryan needs to eat
now, 5 minutes ago.
And Ryan needs to eat good food. Like, I'm fine. I can eat pretty much a rock, and I could just eat anything because I'm anything to fill my tummy, and I'm fine. But Ryan likes to have good food, and some of the places that we were going to, it just wasn't. It wasn't the best. It wasn't terrible.
Well, let's clarify this. Good food. I can eat at Denny's. I can eat at IHOP and be fine.
But we're out in the boondocks. There's no Denny's or IHOP.
Okay, that's just my point, though. So I'm not trying to say I got to go eat at Charlie's Steakhouse or I got to eat at Outback. But this place is disgusting. We've eaten there 3 times now. The food is gross.
It is not. Listen, nobody said. My family ate all the leftovers today.
Your dad eats pig brains, okay? He eats his steak blue, which means they pull it out of the freezer, they put it on a pan for like 2 seconds, flip it over 2 seconds, they serve it to them. It is literally still beating with blood squirting out. That's your dad eats that steak. So I don't take your dad's like opinion on food ever. Okay.
So long story short, I had to come home, unpack the car, and then make some real food. So I had to make, spaghetti, salad, meat sauce, breadsticks, so that Ryan could have a good real meal. But then I was thinking when I did that he was going to be like, you know what, Tiff? Just put your tired little feet up. Let's just stay inside.
Have I ever spoken like that in my life?
No, but this is my dreams. Let's just stay inside. I'm going to cuddle you on the couch, and we're going to put on a great romantic comedy, and I'm just going to snuggle you the night away. This is what I was hoping for. And then I was like, so, we're not going to do the live tonight, are we? And he's like, of course we are. Get your stuff. So, I'm here. Wow. No cuddling.
Once you guys all know, she feels very excited and very honored to be here.
No romantic comedy, none of it. Next question.
Okay, so let's get to Will's question here. Yes. So, can trust paperwork for a suppressor be amended? Add another person, be added. I don't know, so we'll preface it with that. But I think so. It seems logical because, like, with my NFA items that I currently have, actually, okay, so here's my kind of just thought process, right? My tax stamp basically has the trust name on it. So it's not me that owns that suppressor, it's the trust that owns it. Now I also had to provide a copy of my trust to the NFA office, which is a division of ATF. So maybe if you amend your trust paperwork, maybe you have to send in that trust back to the NFA branch so that they can add it onto your tax stamp. I really don't know. It's a good question, but it would have to be a NFA trust attorney is probably who would have to answer that. That's a good question.
Okay. So Katora said, no, she believes that, wait, where'd it go? I lost it. She said that Ting Ting beat her husband with a cutting board and sent him to the hospital. So I said, is this for real? For real, Katora? I'm just trying to clarify.
Just in case we ever meet Ting Ting, make sure we tread lightly at the...
Yeah. Okay, wait. Where's the wine tonight? Can't have wine and weirdos without the wine. Yeah, no wine for Tiff, says Joe. Yeah. No, I left the wine. It's over there. But look what I did, just in case I decided to have wine, because I knew my dad would be watching.
I saw you pour it into that cup. I thought you just didn't know that I knew that there was
I have all glass cups, but I have one coffee cup. So I was like, you know what? This could come in handy. No one would know. And then I was thinking, you know what I should make? I should make my latte cup. I should take my latte cup and put a latte sticker on it so it looks like a latte, but I could fill it with wine.
Okay, so
Don't you think that's a great idea?
That's a great question. Great idea. Nobody cares. Okay, Lil A says, Ryan, Tiffany, I have a question. What is a good, non-expensive red dot for a Glock 48 MOS? I think Holosun is probably a better quality, like mid-range quality. I think they're okay. For me, though, like I have a buddy, actually it's Joe on here. Joe bought a Crimson Trace red dot optic. I didn't even know they were making it.
I didn't know that
either. And it already broke. It broke twice.
Really?
So he contacted them. They sent him a brand new one.
And it broke again.
I don't think he put the new one on yet. Okay. But whatever. The windage knob broke. That's what happens when you listen. There's only so cheap you can make a certain product, right?
Yeah.
So when you're dealing with optics, like if you're not spending, this is a rule when you have a rifle.
It has to be military grade.
However much your gun is in price, so the Glock 48 is $500, you should be spending $500 on that red dot.
Yeah.
Because anything lower than that, you're just really messing with.
And it's almost like they make them that they can't handle the recoil.
It's because they're trying to make it for a price point, right? So it's just like when you buy a dishwasher.
Because they know that they can't compete with Trigicon's name and reputation.
Right.
So then they make it for a lower price point where you're in with like maybe like the lower end Burris's and stuff like that.
What's that China company called that always sells crap at the gun shows? What's that called?
Like NC Star?
NC Star. It's like an NC Star kind of product, right?
NC Star is like $30.
No, but they sell stuff that's a couple $100s too.
Yeah.
So they sell it breaks right away, and then they're like, what do you expect? It's not a $800 Trigicon.
Yeah, so I don't like my Crimson Trace. I like Trigicon. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, you really have to, and if you train with it, like I've seen, it was a learning curve for you to learn.
It was not.
Ryan
it was
didn't
not
even
easy.
like it at first. He was like, I don't like the red dot. I'm just with sights. And then you really got used to it. You trained with it. You got used to the red dot. So now that you're used to the red dot, if that like just broke, randomly, or it wasn't reliable, that would be a really crappy thing. Like, I know you can still shoot with your sights and stuff.
Yeah,
and
the
you're
sights
not
are
a
still
dummy.
there.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, if you buy something because you want it to work properly, it'd really suck if, when you actually needed it.
And you're buying something for a self-defense situation,
exactly.
right? Is that really the moment?
You're training for it.
You want to pull out something that is not very high quality.
Yeah,
so
aim point is good too. I think you have aim points on your rifles, right?
Yeah, I own several aim point optics, and I love them. I think aim point's great. However, the aim point acro, which is their micro red dot, is very high quality. The battery dies after just a few weeks. So if you want to replace the battery every 10 seconds, then buy that optic. But that's why I refuse to buy it. With my Trigicon optics, the battery lasts for a year solid. Now I heard with the new aim point acro version 2, they're supposed to be fixing that battery issue, and then it'll be okay to buy.
Sure.
But in my opinion, now it is a waste of money. I don't need a product that is going to burn through batteries every 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. So welcome, Ari B. Katora said they're new on the show, so welcome. We're excited to have you. Lewis says, I have a Trigicon on both my Hellcat pistols. I highly recommend. Yes, that's what Ryan has as well. Yeah. Dan says, I've had great luck with my Swamp Fox dot. Okay, Dan, what's the price point of that? Please share with us.
It's got to be a China product, though.
I'm guessing because those are usually, I think I know what it is. I think I've seen it. And there's several. Okay, another guy said Swamp Fox is decent also. Okay, maybe we'll have to check one out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Joe said the CT came with the gun.
Yeah, no, I
knew
that.
So it was his intro to, okay. Let me see here. Somebody had Will A said, a holiday show idea, wear various ugly Christmas sweaters throughout the show. Any
what
thoughts?
the hell are you trying to say, man?
Like Ryan's pretty much there. No, just joking. I can totally, okay, so $250 for the Swamp Fox Sentinel. I can pretty much we can do a ugly Christmas sweater. I don't know if I want to do it every week with the air in here, but we can do one for Christmas. Would you wear one?
That'd be awesome. Sure.
Say it. You got to say it so I have it.
I will wear an ugly Christmas sweater, but
I'm in charge of that.
I will not wear pants that day.
Gross.
That's my line in the sand.
So,
take it or leave it.
Christina, if you're watching.
Yes, Shield Arms makes a really good red dot. John just mentioned. I forgot about them.
Yeah.
I don't know what the price point is, but they are very nice.
Yeah. What was that? Wasn't there a new red dot that SIG was putting on their pistols?
That's a SIG red dot, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So Eddie says, Ryan, if you watch with a romantic movie and snuggle with Tiff during the whole movie, I will send you $50 Jeremiah's Ice certificates for the whole family to enjoy. You got people bribing you to cuddle with me. Okay, let's answer serious question right here.
Okay.
Ryan knows he's in trouble.
This is going to be shitty.
Ryan knows.
This is one of those moments as your spouse ever comes to you and be like,
Ryan
we
knows.
need to talk.
I'm a size
Just
small.
stick my
I'm a size
knife.
small. Ryan's a size large. Okay, so I'm a size small now, but after this weekend, eating all the crap I ate, I might be moving up. I got to do some working out before the holiday season's here. I'm going to be moving up to a medium. Okay. This is the question that I have for you. You have to answer seriously. When is the last time that you literally snuggled me? Like snuggle, cuddle.
I don't know. I can't remember. 10 years, more than 10
years. 10 years?
Probably.
Try like 17 years.
Probably.
I'm counting. 17 years, 60 days, and 42 hours.
Okay.
So I would say you owe me a snuggle.
I don't even know what it means, and my body is already like...
I know, and I can't, because snuggling with you is like snuggling with a freaking jackfish. Like, it's just like a really bony fish. Jackfish are very bony, okay? They're not good to eat because there's so many bones in them. And then it's just like really awkward. He's like...
No, this is it right here, like... Okay.
He does 3 pats to me.
All right, got the 3 pats.
He's like, good morning.
Social distancing.
And I'm like, oh, you got those 3 pats in, huh? Good job. 42 hours. Oh, yeah, good. Will, you caught that? What the heck, man? I was just trying to spit out facts really fast. I said 17 years, 42 hours. Yeah. I didn't think anybody would catch it. Oh, my gosh. Oh.
What's up says I need to get on testosterone. No drive left.
Snuggling leaves to babies. No, Ryan snippied. We took care of that.
Which sucks because I've heard there is quite the market right now for unvaccinated semen.
Really?
And yeah, I was thinking about starting a business, but I already messed that up. So anybody out there unvaxxed looking to sell some semen, look me up. We'll set up an entire sales funnel.
Maybe we can set up a booth. We can set up a booth. You know, we can just facilitate this if there's...
We would have to do this in Polk County, though.
If there's a business opportunity here. Oh, you can reverse the snip, snip. That's right. We know that from watching The Office. Snip, snap, snip, snap.
Yeah, no. Like, before I got it, the doctors must have came in 3 or 4 times, and they were like, do you realize you cannot reverse this? It's like less than 1% chance that a reversal actually fixes it. And I was like, yep, I'm sure... Like men doctor, if woman doctor, back and forth. They kept saying it. So,
like they must have a lot of people coming in. You know why? Because it's probably the men that they get divorced. Yeah. And then they meet a younger woman, and that younger woman wants to have babies.
That's why I put a jar of it. You know that baby jar in the back of the freezer?
Shut up.
That's semen. That's not milk. That's semen.
Shut up. Delivery fresh. Yeah. 2-hour delivery. If Tiff was there, yes. No, I don't want those visuals. I'm not going to be your the girl standing in your booth.
Yeah.
No.
I know. That's what you kept saying. You're painting a very gross picture here to our viewers.
Oh, is that what people were thinking when I said the booth?
Like a glory hole.
Oh, glory hole. Ah! I don't even want to know what that sounds bad. Oh. Change the subject. Mystery jar in the freezer.
That's why
right?
I said it has to be in Polk County.
Okay, so Sean said his brother got it reversed and it worked.
Oh.
So Marcel says, imagine that, shooting instructor shooting blanks.
Yeah. There you go.
Good one. You guys got some zingers tonight.
I know.
Do you have any more questions, my love?
I think there is. So.
Okay, because I like to make sure we get through these questions.
What gun would you suggest to start training my 6-year-old daughter?
Ooh, yay.
6 years old, 22. So like a Ruger 1022 is amazing.
Nah, 6 though, I would go with the Savage still.
Savage Rascal?
Yeah, because we bought the Cricket, right? And we bought the Savage Rascal. Now the Savage Rascal has gone up a little bit. So before I used to be able to get the Crickets for like $79, $89. But that's a little 22 rifle. Okay. So it's like this big. It's very small. It has a very short pull. So it's perfect for little kids. Now, because I suggest probably a rifle before a handgun, because they're single shot. It's very safe, very easy. And it teaches the kids, it's easier to teach the kids to maneuver, I feel, a rifle than it is a handgun, to learn the basics. So the big difference between the Rascal, and this is why we got the Savage Rascal, was when Paisley first started. Now, granted, she was 3 or 4. She couldn't quite pull that trigger, so Ryan would have to go in and help her. But with the Savage Rascal, you have an adjustable trigger. So you can adjust that
down to 2 pounds,
to make it much easier for them. And then if you're in the area, the Hillsborough County, Pinellas area, you can go to Wyoming Antelope Club, and they have little duck plinking. And you don't even have to have your own gun there, but what do they supply?
So I think it's $15. They'll give you a gun and a box of 50 rounds of ammo.
Now that might change with the COVID prices and everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's changed, but if you have your own, great. But if you just want to go there and try it out, that's what we did. Ryan would take Paisley, do the little ducks and the plinking, and it was perfect, right? So I would say start off with one of those. So you're about $200 to get a good Savage Rascal. But this is the thing about buying your kid, a little rifle like that. Our kids are excited that they have their little rifles still, and we'll hold on to them till they're old enough, to pass them down to their kids, and it's kind of a cool thing.
Yep.
So I suggest
buy them a good one.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Daisy pellet gun. My kids started shooting those too.
We did do that too. Now we probably would have started with the pellet gun, but we own the gun store, right? So it was very easy. We went in and they had a little cricket or whatever, so we bought it. But the Daisy pellet guns are awesome too.
Yeah, and so Will says, why not a pellet gun first? Learn safety. Yeah,
for sure.
It's either or. And frankly, it's whatever you have access to easily.
Yeah.
So like, we obviously have access to a lot of guns and gun ranges.
Yeah.
Whereas most people, most gun ranges don't allow small children, even our age children, to go. Ranges let us, just because I've been there and they kind of know me,
because you've been an instructor forever there. So,
but if a BB gun is all you can do in your backyard safely, start with a BB gun.
We had BB guns too. We didn't only have the 22 rifle. They were asking like what kind of gun. So I was assuming more like they wanted, a firearm. But we had the BB guns. We still have them. We have the pistols. We have the airsoft, like Glock, where you can actually pull back the slide. You put the green gas in them.
Yeah.
You can pull back the slide. You can insert the magazine. So Lincoln's able to operate that, practice with that. It's got the little plastic BBs, so he can go out shooting and stuff like that. And he's very good. He doesn't point that thing anywhere.
Yeah.
So, except where he's meant to. So all those things are great. And you can get them on, I don't want to say the A word, but you can get them there pretty cheap.
A BB gun?
Yeah, Amazon.
I
don't want to give them any more power than they already have.
They have all the power, Tiffany.
They have all the power.
They have it all.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, what do you think about this whole Meta thing with Facebook turning into Meta? I heard somebody say the other day, this company that we all dislike, we all hate, that they have so much control and power over us. Now they are literally going to have our entire lives, not just social media part, but they want to have our entire lives on their thing. Like that, this is getting into a very scary point in history. The virtual world that Facebook has on Meta, it's called Decentraland or something like that. They're selling property on there. Cheapest piece of property you can buy is $10,000 right now. This is a freaking video game.
Yeah.
And people are dropping $50, $100, $1 million on virtual real estate.
Yeah. Yep. So Samantha makes a good point. She says, make sure. So she had a Daisy. She said, make sure you keep it in a safe. Absolutely.
Yes.
100%. I agree with you. And our kids' guns, even the airsoft guns, are all in the safe. And they're only allowed to, play with them when we are with them or whatever it is. Now, Kathy Douglas says they started out shooting a SIR rifle. I don't even know what that is. SIR. Shooting clothespins off the clotheslines. That's
nice.
good. I would have never thought of doing that.
Gangster.
Oh, my first Sears 12 gauge. Oh my gosh. I don't want a 12 gauge for my first gun. Ouch.
Lincoln has been begging me to shoot a 12 gauge, and I'm like, buddy, you don't want to shoot this gun. Like, I promise you, just wait a little bit longer. One day, you're going to realize I saved your life.
Yeah, because we did skeet shooting. I must have been 6 or 7 years old, and I shot a 12 gauge, and that was the worst thing. I haven't shot one since, so that goes to tell you.
Yeah.
I won't. Now, we have a self-defense shotgun, so obviously if I had to shoot it, I would use it. I would suck it up, but I am not practicing with that thing. I'm not shooting that thing. I'm not interested in any skeet gun shooting.
Yeah, it's funny. I took a woman long time ago. I took her. She wanted to do some shotgun self-defense training or whatever.
Yeah, because she had bought. They sold her a shotgun.
She paid me $250 for several hours of shotgun self-defense training. So I get her out on the range. We do the safety briefing and all the dry weapons practicing. We fired 8 shots, and she's like, I'm done. And I was like, ma'am, it's only been 30 minutes. And she goes, no, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, okay.
Bet you any money she went and got a different gun.
I don't know, but she was not interested in shooting double-aught buckshot anymore.
You want to practice, whatever your self-defense firearm is, you want to be able to practice with it. And that is just not something I'm willing to practice with. I'm just not. Now, probably if I went and shot it, it would be less than I remember it. But that's why I'm a firm believer in your first time shooting. You don't go shoot a 44 Magnum. You don't go shoot a 45. Start with something small and go shoot a 22.
Yeah, I had a woman the other day. She said that her husband carries, her father and her brother carries. and they're all making fun of her because she only wants to carry and shoot a 22 long rifle.
Good for you.
And I said, just don't listen to them. Like, it's better to have something than nothing. Now, if you can handle something bigger, I think you need something bigger.
Yes.
But if all you feel safe with is a 22 right now, I think you need to stick with that.
Yeah, because you can learn the fundamentals and then you can move your way up. There's no perfect, answer for everybody. And I hate this where, you have to carry a 40 or you have to carry a 45 or even a 9mm. Like there's no such thing. Even, I'm going to get a lot of flack from this. I know, but I'm just going to say it. There's so many people that are like, oh, you don't carry one in a chamber, you're a dummy, blah, blah, blah. We tell people, because we have lots of people that are, scared to carry just even completely. We say, now they've gone to the range, they've practiced. It's not that. It's just the whole idea of having a loaded firearm on you. It scares some people. It's intimidating. So we will tell them, just carry it around the house. Just carry your gun empty around the house for the first week. Then put your magazine in for the next week. Then load it and carry one in the chamber just around your house. Then just go to the gas station. You don't have to go from not carrying at all to carrying 24/7 right away. But we do want to get to that point to carrying 100% of the time that you're legally allowed to. But it doesn't have to be an overnight thing.
Sure.
What is better is for you to be comfortable and confident and then carry all the time.
Yeah.
So some people it takes a little longer, and that's completely fine. I think that's great. I think it's good that you're being cautious.
Yep.
And just kind of push yourself a little each time.
Sure.
So
I agree.
people are probably going to poop on me for that because I see that a lot of time in the group. Like, you're useless. Why would you even bother? If you are scared to carry, then you shouldn't be carrying. No, I think it's good to have a little bit of, a little bit of fear about, listen, you're taking this seriously. You are carrying a loaded firearm.
It's like that
can be dangerous.
That argument is like saying if you're afraid, so learning how to drive as a kid, you always take your kid down some random back road where there's no other drivers, an empty Walmart or Home Depot parking lot, and you let them drive around. So that concept is like saying if you're afraid of letting your kid drive, don't bring them to an empty, safe Walmart parking lot. Bring them on Highway 60 in Tampa. Right. Bring them on I-75. That just isn't logical. Mm-hmm. This is crawl, walk, run. We're trying to slowly ease people into it because, frankly, moving too fast, that's how people shoot themselves.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that you see trying to draw their gun from a position of concealment that end up smoking themselves in the leg, shooting somebody behind them.
Because they're doing it with a loaded firearm. They literally, for instance, this guy that killed his buddy in St. Pete took his concealed carry class, took an 8-hour, kind of whatever, safety class. He actually took a long one. Then the next weekend, after he gets his carry permit, right, he's practicing, pulling from his holster with fully loaded.
They were doing defensive room clearing drills.
Defensive room clearing drills after taking one class and just getting your license.
Because they watched a John Wick movie and think they know how to do this stuff.
And you don't even have to worry about defensive room clearing drills till way later. Just FYI, learn how to properly clear your firearm. Learn the basic fundamentals and the safety rules before you do that stuff. So just crazy.
So he ended up shooting his buddy right in the chest.
Killed him.
I'm sure that guy is sitting in prison right now for the rest of his life.
Not to mention smoking weed.
Yeah, they're smoking weed, practicing with guns. Loaded guns. Geniuses.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, there is a learning curve to being a proficient CCW carrier. 100%. And that's what we want, right? We want to take you through that step, right? That ladder of learning a little bit more, principle upon principle, precept upon precept, and then you eventually build your way up to where you can do those things like, room clearing and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you know what was interesting the other day? Lincoln, I was showing her brother some of the guns in my safe or whatever, and Lincoln asked if he could hold my Glock 19X. So I handed it to him, but I was here and Uncle was here and Link was in the middle. So Lincoln took it, immediately pointed it down, and then went over and pointed it at the garage wall. And then when he went to hand it back to me, he perfectly pointed it away from Uncle and me and handed it back to me. That's not somebody who knows gun safety. that's somebody who has really internalized gun safety at a very deep level.
Yeah.
And it's just subconscious for him now. Mm-hmm. That's everybody's goal.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people can repeat the gun safety rules, but then when it goes time to actually do it, they point it at themselves, point it at somebody else.
And that's repetition, right?
Yeah.
So that's practice, whether it's with an airsoft gun, BB gun, whatever it is. That's just, he also has really good trigger finger control, right?
Yeah.
Like he's very good with his trigger finger. So anyway, right here, Adam says, I was nervous when I first started carrying appendix with a Glock, so I started off without one in the chamber.
Yeah,
exactly.
smart.
And we're totally all for that stuff. And then eventually, I'm sure you moved up to having one in the chamber, and now you carry all the time. Good on you. That's what we like to see.
You either moved up to one in the chamber or now you walk with a limp. One of those two has happened.
Okay, so like it's already.
Yeah, do you have a giveaway item?
It's already time. I actually didn't get a giveaway item, so I guess you guys get Ryan's book. Ryan's book. So here we go. We'll do just comment book in the comments. I can't remember what else we have in that bucket.
Tiffany, focus. Focus on the one thing.
No, I'm letting them comment.
Okay.
Book. It
All
takes
right.
a few minutes. It takes a couple minutes. Can't I go look in the bucket?
No, I know what's in there. So there's some pepper spray.
Okay, so we'll do that and we'll do a pepper spray because I am also a big believer in everybody needing to carry pepper spray 100% of the time with your firearm because you will have situations that are not a shootable situation and you need that secondary thing where, you know, some asshole's banging on your, you know, window or whatever in a road rage. You can pepper spray, right?
Yeah.
Instead, because you've had situations where people like start trying to cause a fight with you or something like that.
Well, the stories that I hear from students, most of them are not shootable situations.
Right, but they think they are.
They think they are. In fact, we had one on last Thursday. Woman said that she was renting a house on the street, but then she was also buying another house on the street. So somehow, I don't understand this, but she saw somebody breaking into the shed of the house she was buying.
Okay.
So you don't own this house.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not your shed. It's not your property in the shed. She grabs her, she got in her car, drove there, but before she got there, the bad guys left, and then she waited for the police. So I said, ma'am, if you would have had a gun, what would you have done? And she said, I would have ran over there with the gun.
And
I said, I would have held him at gunpoint, but I wouldn't have shot him because that's not legal. And I said, do you think confronting a bad guy over this is not your property, this is not your personal belongings, you don't have a right to shoot him. Do you really think this is smart? Hopefully I was able to get through to her, but what a dangerous situation.
Very scary, though. You're a woman, too. Like, not to say that women can't, but I mean, I would not be, like, rolling up on some guy in a garage.
That's like a meth head, right? Like, they're willing to kill you over a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Over a weed whacker.
I wouldn't do anything. I would literally just call the cops and that's it.
Just sprinkle some crack on the ground and then.
So crazy. Okay. So anyway, we'll do that and we'll do pepper spray because everybody should have pepper spray. In fact, you should have pepper spray if you're, on you, right? Because you need to have it on you in your pocket. You should also have one in your vehicle and you should also have one by your front door. It was what I believe because if there's someone sketchy at your front door and maybe your gun is over there or it's in the safe or you don't want to have your gun because those kind of situations can be you grab the pepper spray and hold the pepper spray behind the door. Because if somebody shoves that door or they try to bum rush you, I mean, you shoot them with that pepper spray. And if you've never been shot with pepper spray before, let me tell you, it's
painful.
Yeah, it'll like incapacitate someone. So you definitely
rough.
have time. So yes, Eddie says he keeps a can of gel pepper spray in your car. Awesome. So smart. Yeah. Okay, so for the book, we're going to go with Wayne Taskey. Tasaki. Can you put the winner at?
Yep.
All right, guys, we're going to do some pepper spray, so now we can comment.
Hold on, Wayne. Send us an email to winner@tampacarry.com.
Sorry, I forgot that.
With your address, name, social security number, bank account, login, password information.
But please send me your address, because most people are like, yay, I won the thing. And then I'm like, great, I'll send it out tomorrow. And then tomorrow I open up my, to ship, and I'm like, wait a minute, you didn't send me your address. Can I have your address, please? And then I've already done the shipping for the day, and then it comes in, and then I miss it. So send me your address, your mailing address. I need your mailing address. Okay, comment pepper spray. Oh, he says, okay, thank you. You're welcome, Wayne. It's our pleasure. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. And all I pick is I just do a spin of the wheel on my mouse, and whatever it lands on, that's who I go with.
No sophistication here.
No sophistication at all.
Yeah.
But I like to let some go in, and then I kind of just scroll up in the middle, and then I do it. So it's random every time. Top, bottom.
We do it all.
There.
Doggy, shower.
Ryan, stop. So I'm glad that you do this at the end of the show so that I can just like curl up in my corner.
Most people have already turned off.
Most people are gone? Okay. No, they're still all on here. Tiff, did you receive my info? I've shipped everything.
What does she need your info for? Help us understand.
I think you might have won something. Can you just email again, please? Or if you didn't get it, I can look it up. Because I've shipped everything. Everything's been shipped.
Apparently not. We're about to find out, folks. Oh, man. So I forgot to tell you guys, just a quick little thing. The like the airboat captains and stuff, when we're down there, like, if you want to think about super southern redneck person, did you listen to the voice of the
Sean, please send me. Wait, he said he never got his book.
You never listened to me.
Sean said that. Yeah. So just send me an email, please, to winner@TampaCarry.
Oh, Miguel won the knife last week.
I'll forget. Oh, I shipped the knife out. Oh, my gosh. Okay, can you both send me an email so I can look up your tracking numbers and figure out what's happening? Because you should have received that.
Yeah.
Gosh. And I did ship it, and I think that's the last one.
We'll get another one.
I remember shipping it. So anyway, both of you, please send me your email.
Okay.
Or send me an email. Okay, now I have to
pick a winner.
Pick someone. Okay. Flip of the...
No, do it.
What?
You had the name.
No, they've already won.
Oh. Okay.
Like recently.
All
so
right.
if I remember your name recently, then I don't pick you again. Sorry. That's just the way it is because I have to give other people.
So this game is rigged.
No, it's not rigged. Okay, hang on. All right. Oh, that's Wayne again. So, okay, nope. Hang on. Okay, Gerard Orlandi. I actually think that he might have won too, but I can't remember. Girard Orlandi. Send me an email to winner@tampacarry.com and we'll get you your pepper spray. And the other two, Sean and Miguel, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miguel Ortiz. We'll figure it out. We'll get you stuff. Good?
You're going to get something.
We'll figure it out, but I did ship everything before we went on holidays. So anyway, we love you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you.
And we will see you next.
What? Next Monday at 7 p.m. Unless I'm too tired and Ryan decides he's going to snuggle me on the couch instead of doing the Monday Night Live.
It'll never happen.